Today we're going to do a coloring page of socks from the show Bluey. This is Muffin's little sister, and we're going to start with the inside of her ears. And next we are going to do the brown parts of her tail. We're going to start with the darker brown. We're going to color it this natural oak color. And for the lighter brown, we're going to use this potato brown. For her eyebrows, I'm going to use this cool gray in 0.5. So it's really not dark at all. It's just going to make it kind of an off-white, make it a little bit darker than the whites of her eyes. And for the dark parts, we're going to use this Prussian blue. It's a nice navy color blue. Let's do her other ear. Patch over her eye. I kind of trace it out so that I'm less likely to go outside of the lines. And for her nose, let's see, I'm going to use the same Prussian blue for her nose, but I'm going to want to make it a little bit darker than this. So we're going to go over it with another color after we're done with the base color. We're going to use Green Gray 5, try to darken it up a little bit. We still want that blue undertone, but we want it to be a little bit darker. I think that looks good. And for the highlight, we'll go in with that same green gray. Black for the pupils of her eyes. So next is where it's going to get interesting. I don't have the right colors for Socks' fur. So we're going to try mixing some colors and seeing what we can do. I have this fluorescent pink, which looks kind of like this light purpley pink color. And I'm going to use this other blue. And if I layer them, I'm hoping to get a color that will look like this blue purpley color that her fur is. So let's see how this works out. We're going to start with our base. And it feels so weird to use this pinky purpley color when I'm trying to get that light blue. Alright, let's try layering it now. Got pale baby blue. And I think that works really well. Once we layer these on top of each other, we get that light purpley blue color that we're going for. It in, try to get all these little bits of pink that are poking through, and I think that's a really good match. I'm really happy with how that's turning out. So now let's try doing the rest of her body. Again, I'm tracing in the outlines first to try to help keep me inside of the lines. Go too high up her arm since her sleeve here is that same color. I'm going to start on her tail. body since I've got more area to cover here. Awesome. Okay, we're ready to go in with the blue again. The name of this color is Pale Baby Blue. But we're coming out with this almost periwinkle color. Let's go back in with the chisel tip so we can get more surface area covered quickly. And we'll give this one more coat, trying to make sure we're covering all of the pink that's poking through. Alright, we're going to do the top stripe of her leg here. But you know what I just realized is this top stripe is actually supposed to be a little bit darker, and it should be this color on the next stripe down. So we're going to go back and we will add that other stripe in, and we'll find a good color to layer over this one to make it a little bit darker. We'll do her tail. And I'm adding those extra layers, trying to make sure that we make this look like a unified color. Right. So let's go fix those stripes now. We want to make sure that we got the darker stripe on top and then the medium blue there in the middle. Our base down again of this fluorescent pink. And come back in with that pale baby blue. Now to make that a little bit darker, let's look at my color chart here. I think let's start out with this blue-gray 3, and then if that's not dark enough, we can follow up with the blue-gray 5. So that gives a little bit of a darker tint to it, but I don't know, I think we might need to go a little bit darker. So let's try that blue-gray 5 now. There we go. So it's darker. I'm afraid we're losing some of the tone of that purpley blue, so I think we're going to just layer in our blue and our pink again. And I know it's a small difference, but I think that this really helps make that a richer color. I'm pretty happy with how that's turning out. And now we need to do a similar process to try to get this lighter purpley blue that I don't have. So I'm going to try this light pink. So it's really similar to that last color I was using. A little bit lighter, maybe not quite as purpley. This is a light blue-gray that I'm trying. It is the lightest blue that I have, but I'm afraid it's a little bit more gray than blue. So we're going to go over this with some colored pencil, see if that helps us get more of that tone we're looking for. But I think this is a good starting place for us, so we'll continue on with this. And I am just now realizing that the tail is supposed to be the lighter color at the tip. I don't think we're going to be able to fix that this time, but we'll make sure next time we color socks that we get that tail right. We'll go in with this pink base again around her snout. Let's get that chisel tip. Let's do her hands and her tummy. Color her feet, or I guess I should call them paws. Alright, now we have all of that base pink. Let's go back in with that light blue-gray. Now I'm going to speed this up for a minute while I'm filling in all of this blue-gray. I'm going to grab my color pencils now. So let's see, this is a light cerulean blue. And then I have normal cerulean blue. I think let's try this light cerulean blue first. Now we're starting to get that color we're looking for. And I'm going to speed this up again for you now that we're just adding some final layers. One thing to remember when you're using colors and pencils is to do very light layers. Use a light touch and continue to build on it until you get that shade of darkness that you want out of the color. But I think we're looking pretty good. I'm going to take that cerulean blue, this one shade darker, and go over her body a little bit more and just even out her coat a little bit. And we are all done with socks. Thank you so much for joining me for this coloring session. Please subscribe to my channel for more coloring fun.